I want to make a suggestion that I hope you will ponder. Some aspects of climate have become clear. Humans are changing the atmosphere, and we can measure how this is changing Earth's energy balance. More energy is coming in than going out. So the ocean is warming, ice sheets are melting, and sea level is beginning to rise. We are now close to a point of handing young people a situation that will be out of control, with ice sheet disintegration and multi-meter sea level rise during the lifetime of today's young people, which would mean loss of coastal cities and economic devastation. Sea level rise would be irreversible on any time scale of interest to humanity. The other irreversible effect of rapid climate change would be extinction of a substantial fraction of the species on Earth. The bottom line is that we cannot burn all fossil fuels, and the economic law of gravity is that as long as fossil fuels appear to be the cheapest energy, we will keep burning them. So my request, given the respect and the trust the public has in you, is that you reflect upon the possibility of a public statement in favor of a revenue-neutral, gradually rising carbon fee. A carbon fee is needed to make the price of fossil fuels honest, to include the costs to humanity of their air pollution, water pollution, and climate change. A rising carbon fee is needed to spur effective investments by the private sector in clean energies and energy efficiency. Most important, it will steadily phase down fossil fuel use. So I'm not asking you to endorse a carbon fee on the spot, but I hope that you will reflect upon it and perhaps provide a clear statement in your next report. It could be your greatest legacy. It could affect everything, even the course of our future climate. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Hansen. I might say that although we may differ on some specifics, and I don't know, I am no expert on this subject whatsoever, I don't think you and I have any difference in the fact that it's important that climate change, since it's something where there is a point of no return if we are on the course that you think is certain and I think is probable, that it's a terribly important subject. But the motion that was put forth was relating to the insurance aspects of it. And we have discussed, believe me, we have thought and discussed insurance aspects, and I've in effect given a report which was asked for by this within the annual report. So it is really not the issue before the shareholders is not how I feel about whether climate change is real or whether a carbon tax is appropriate. It's whether it poses a risk to our insurance business. And I recognize the Bank of England read that report, but we respectfully disagree with them not in terms of the importance of climate change, but in terms of the risk to our insurance business. We don't write policies for a long period of time. We're not forced to write a policy on anything. So our judgment is made as propositions are presented to us, usually as to whether for 1 year we are willing to accept a given risk for a given price. And that obviously climate is enormously important in our activities, hurricanes being the most important probably, although we also get involved in earthquakes. But that is what the proposal is about, and we've given a response to that. And it does not mean that we differ on the importance of climate change to the human race. So with that, I'd be delighted to hear from the various seconders.